We are counting down the 8 most advanced flying vehicles that are about to flip personal travel on its head. From wearable jet suits that blur science fiction and reality to radical electric air machines poised for everyday commutes, this lineup features breakthroughs in speed, autonomy, and innovation you have to see to believe. Which futuristic flyer lands at number 1? Let us launch into the countdown, beginning with number 8. Strapping 5 micro-gas turbines to your arms and back, the Gravity Industries jet suit lets a trained pilot leap from the ground and carve through the air at speeds up to 85 kilometers per hour. Each engine responds to subtle arm movements, so flight control is as intuitive as pointing where you want to go. The suit ceiling reaches over 3,600 meters, but most flights stay close to the ground for safety. Endurance tops out at just 3 to 5 minutes per flight, enough for jaw-dropping rescue demos or adrenaline-fueled stunts. As inventor Richard Browning puts it, you can simply think about where you want to go and you go there. Spectacular, but with a price tag near $400,000 and limited use beyond training and showmanship, this is pure flying spectacle. The ultimate realization of a sci-fi dream, but not yet a daily ride home. Frankie Zapata's Flyboard Air shattered expectations of what a personal flying machine could do. In 2019, Zapata launched himself from the coast of France, aiming to cross the English Channel on a turbojet hoverboard. With 4 roaring turbines strapped beneath his feet, he reached speeds approaching 200 kilometers per hour, soaring up to 150 meters above the waves. The journey was anything but smooth. Midway across, Zapata had to land on a tiny platform at sea to refuel, an operation so tense he later admitted that at one point he thought there was no way that it was over. The entire 35-kilometer crossing took just 22 minutes, but demanded split-second balance and constant throttle control. The Flyboard Air's raw speed is unmatched among jet-powered personal flyers. Yet the need for jet fuel, the deafening noise, and complex mid-air refueling mean it is more record-breaker than commuter. For now, the dream of flying home from work at 200 kilometers per hour remains just out of reach. Wearing a Copterpack feels less like donning a jet suit and more like strapping on a personal helicopter. 2 large electric rotors mounted on a lightweight backpack frame lift a single pilot to speeds of about 70 kilometers per hour and to heights up to 1,000 meters. The entire system is pared down to the essentials: no cabin, no seat, just a carbon fiber harness, battery pack, and stability software keeping the ride steady. With a flight time of 15 to 20 minutes per charge, the Copterpack trades raw spectacle for practical reach. It is designed for quick deployment in remote rescue and inspection scenarios where getting a person airborne fast matters more than crossing continents. Battery density is the main hurdle. Range is short, and wind or weather can ground a flight. But in the right hands, this minimal rotorcraft opens up new possibilities for field work that once required a full-sized helicopter. Jetson 1 brings personal flight into the hands of early adopters. This open-framed, single-seat electric multicopter uses 8 powerful rotors and a lightweight chassis to lift one adult up to 95 kilograms at speeds reaching 102 kilometers per hour. With a full charge, flight time averages about 20 minutes, enough for a short hop over traffic or a quick thrill above the countryside. What sets Jetson 1 apart is not just its engineering, but its AI-assisted control system. The onboard software constantly monitors pilot inputs and flight conditions, keeping the craft within safe limits and stepping in to help stabilize or even land if things get out of hand. Early deliveries in Europe and the US have already seen real consumers take to the skies, with training requirements that focus more on basic handling than advanced piloting. Range and weather protection are still limited, but for the first time, a flying vehicle aimed at everyday people is actually being delivered. Hoversurf's Hoverbike S3 looks like a motorcycle from a futuristic movie. but it swaps wheels for 4 exposed electric rotors and a carbon fiber frame. The promise was bold: urban patrols, rapid rescue, and even futuristic police fleets. In 2017, Dubai Police signed on as a launch customer, grabbing headlines with plans to deploy the S3 for high-traffic response. But the reality proved far more complicated. During a 2019 test, a pilot lost control at low altitude, triggering the emergency landing system and crashing the vehicle. The rider escaped serious injury, but the incident exposed the risks of open-blade designs in crowded cities. Dubai capped the operational height at just 16 meters and quietly paused the program, citing unresolved certification and safety hurdles. Despite a claimed top speed of 60 kilometers per hour and up to 24 minutes of endurance, the S3's real-world use is limited by strict flight restrictions and delivery delays. For now, the Hoverbike S3 stands as a cautionary tale, an engineering spectacle caught between daring ambition and harsh regulatory reality. Airspeeder Mark III pushes flying vehicle technology into the world of high-speed competition. Built by Ultralight Aeronautics, this electric racing multicopter is engineered for vertical takeoff and landing, powered by 8 high-output electric motors in a lightweight carbon fiber frame. In race conditions, the Mark III reaches top speeds of 300 kilometers per hour, with each race stint lasting between 15 and 30 minutes. Limited not by the craft itself, but by the need to swap out depleted battery packs in pit stop style. This distributed propulsion system means that if one motor fails, the others keep the craft stable. A lesson written into the design after a dramatic unmanned crash during a 2021 test. Telemetry from that incident traced the cause to a software fault that sent a surge to one motor, triggering a mid-air failure. The aftermath saw the entire fleet upgraded with new redundancy protocols, collision avoidance sensors, and instant emergency cutoffs. These changes did not just restore investor confidence, they set a new technical standard for the sport. Airspeeder's racecraft ecosystem is not just about speed, it is a proving ground where every lap accelerates the evolution of vertical takeoff and landing safety, control, and endurance. While still a racing machine rather than a commuter, the Mark III's relentless pace and technical transparency have made it the benchmark for what is possible when competition drives innovation. Pivotal Helix takes the idea of personal flight and strips it down to its most accessible form. This minimalist electric aircraft cruises at 100 kilometers per hour with an endurance of 20 minutes. Enough for a short hop across open fields or rural roads. What truly sets Helix apart is not just the engineering, but the way it navigates the rulebook. In the United States, it qualifies as an ultralight under FAA Part 103, thanks to a special exemption for battery weight. That means no pilot's license is required, no medical certificate, and no airworthiness certificate. Just daylight, open space, and a willingness to learn. Yet this legal gray zone has sparked heated debate. Safety advocates warn that as ultralights become faster and heavier, the old rules may not keep up with new risks. In Europe and most other countries, stricter limits and pilot licensing are still the norm. The Helix's promise of democratized flight is real, but only where regulations allow and only as long as policymakers are willing to let the experiment continue. XPeng's AeroHT land aircraft carrier marks a turning point in personal transportation. It blends a modular electric vehicle with a detachable electric VTOL air module. The design is straightforward: a ground-based electric vehicle called the mothership and an air module that docks into its rear. The mothership, 5.5 meters long, fits a standard parking space and houses an 800-volt battery platform. It serves as both a family car and a mobile charging station for the electric VTOL. When docked, the air module's battery recharges automatically, powered by the mothership's high-voltage system. Docking and undocking are fully automated, taking less than 5 minutes with mechanical arms and sensors ensuring a secure, precise connection. Real-time telemetry keeps navigation and safety systems in sync. In flight, the electric VTOL uses 6 rotors and 2 ducted fans, reaching speeds up to 130 kilometers per hour and offering a flight time of about 25 minutes, enough for a city hop from suburb to downtown. On the ground, the mothership delivers a range close to 500 kilometers, making longer road trips practical. For families, the routine could be simple. Drive to a vertiport, undock the air module, fly over city congestion, then reverse the process at day's end. XPeng targets a price below $300,000 for both modules, with mass production set for 2026. This price undercuts many supercars and high-end electric vehicles, signaling a shift toward more accessible personal air travel. The company's progress is propelled by China's national push for a low-altitude economy. Policy support that subsidizes electric VTOL aircraft accelerates certification and funds a growing network of vertiports. In cities like Shenzhen and Guangzhou, hundreds of takeoff sites and digital air corridors are under construction to support vehicles like the land aircraft carrier. Safety is central. Triple redundant flight controls, fail-safe docking, and instant emergency protocols are standard. The Civil Aviation Administration of China is now reviewing certification, with first deliveries expected soon after. As Professor Li Ji notes, regulatory flexibility and industry support may let China leap ahead in consumer air mobility. The land aircraft carrier stands as the clearest sign that everyday family air travel is on the horizon. From the raw spectacle of jet suits and hoverboards to the integrated vision of China's XPeng AeroHT, this countdown of 8 advanced flying vehicles shows how fast personal air travel is evolving. Each entry pushed boundaries, from the Flyboard Air's jaw-dropping speed to the consumer-ready promise of the Jetson 1 to the unprecedented accessibility of the pivotal Helix. But what truly stands out is the pattern. Every vehicle bridges the gap between science fiction and daily reality with a clear trend toward electric power, AI-assisted controls, and regulatory adaptation. The XPeng AeroHT is not just the list's most advanced concept, it is a sign that China's low-altitude economy and modular mobility could redefine how families commute. Across all entries, the message is clear. Personal flight is no longer fantasy. As technology, safety, and policy align, the future of travel is set to lift off, forever transforming what it means to move through our world.